What's up, people? I am back. So, Spectre, I'm just gonna save that for next week because I'll be honest, I wasn't fully paying attention to the movie, and because of that, I don't wanna, sorry about that, I don't wanna, like, review a movie I wasn't fully paying attention to. I wanna, give my full on attention and explain things when I do the review. So I figured I'll just save that for next Tuesday. Plus, I'll admit partially it's because I'm kind of prolonging it, so I don't have to rush to watch fucking No Time to Die because I know how that goes. So even if I haven't seen, I know how it goes. I know how it ends. So, but anyway, this is a video I've kind of wanted to make for a while. I have another plan. I'm doing this one now and later, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm gonna do my Punisher 2004, the Thomas Jane one. I was supposed to do that Friday. I figure I have enough to have free time right now, so I'll do that one later tonight. So I can just Friday. We just have to worry about Warzone. So anyway, so this is a video I've wanted to make for a long time because y'all know Superman is one of my favorite. He's like my second favorite, almost tied with Batman for my favorite superhero of all time. Between him and Batman, that was my favorite superhero. And I just have noticed over the years this just unappreciation of Superman, this lack of attention, like the fact that he doesn't get a lot of shows, and the shows he does get aren't that great. Like Lois and Superman and Lois was okay, but that's like the most we got. And then yeah, you got this new animated series, but all the designs look like shit. The style is weird. It doesn't even really honor Superman because a lot of the designs look off. They don't even look like a lot of the villains. And I just feel like, and I'll admit for myself, I did after, it was like pretty much after Superman Returns, I kind of did phase out of Superman. It was just because of the amount of bad movies. But over the years, I have definitely, Man of Steel is really what did it. But even a little bit before that, I was kind of starting to grow to appreciate Superman again. Just because it's like you realize like what he means, the symbol of hope. This alien who crash landed on this world and became a symbol. That's one of the reasons he's always been beloved. It's just that. Yeah, I am more of a Batman guy. Definitely lean more Batman, but Superman, he is also the prototype in the sense of, a lot of the superheroes we see now, maybe besides like not necessarily Batman, but like a lot of the superheroes we got later, not just in Marvel, but in a lot of in general, even in like cartoons, you notice their superheroes. Who do they tend to look like, or who do they tend to be like a mimic of? Superman, cape, big jack dude. Even the symbol, their like insignia or symbol looks somewhat like Superman's. Even the hair, because he was the prototype for what a superhero should be. And I just, this lack of appreciation, like we don't notice he doesn't get as much movies, or if he does get a movie, it's always sidelined. Like, I like BVS, y'all know, I love it, but definitely if I had to say one criticism, Superman was it was more of a Batman movie than a Superman movie. Superman just, where is this, like, even in comics, like, just constantly besmirched, even taking away the whole true justice in the American way. He was supposed to be that symbol, and I've noticed over the years just this like lack of appreciation. Like, I get and it constantly unfortunately the masses he gets seen as this overpowered guy who has all these powers, and there's nothing interesting about him or boring, which just isn't true. Oh man, it's because they weren't writing him right at the time, especially movies. But when you we need a Superman movie, a good Superman movie right now, something that can kind of bring hope right now. And yeah, I'll admit, I've said this. I think aspects about the refilms do not age well, but one of the things that do is that heroism that he shows. Just it makes you feel good when you see him save somebody. That music playing, Man of Steel, I thought had that too, but it's just this over the years. It's like what them screwing around with Henry Cavill, constantly wanting to do. Oh, let's do a Supergirl thing. Let's do this other like Harley Quinn has had almost more appearances than Superman. It's ridiculous. Superman is like the secondary face of DC. Batman's the face, but I would say Superman's up there. And this lack of appreciation from why haven't we had a Superman game like in the style of the Arkham games? Constantly the excuses, it just would be too. No, Superman is their secondary face. Why hasn't he had a video game, like a legit, very well done video game? The closest we kind of got was Superman Returns. That game was fun, but that was from 2006. Look at the Arkham games. Look at the new Spider-Man games from Insomniac. And how many Spider-Man fans that has made. If you made a legit Superman game like in that style, you can do a Superman game. It's like, he'd be over. No. Do you know how many enemies you could do that are like almost equal level? You could do Brainiac as a villain. You could do a situation where Superman has to save somebody really quick. Like, if you had all this, a Superman game, that would make fans. Because that's what the Arkham games did. That made a lot of Batman fans. Because, everyone plays video games, and it's like WB are just so, this lack of appreciation for Superman. Like, guys, let's do another Suicide Squad thing so we can just have Harley for the fucking millionth time, but we don't want to give one of our beloved characters like Superman, who's like the secondary face of the company. If anything, he's the one who kind of started the whole comic book movie thing with the original Superman movie. So this lack of appreciation for the character is frustrating. I mean, whatever, people can have their own opinions. I think that's frustrating too. Like, he's not boring. If you actually watch some well-written or, read some well-written Superman comics, or watch well-written Superman content, I think it can be an interesting character. In fact, he has all this power and he has to hold back. But the fucked up thing is the only Superman story they want to tell. And I like Injustice. But I do think this Superman story has been told way too many times now. The bad Superman story. That's like the only story these fucks want to tell. Here's the thing, I love the Injustice story. I love the idea. What if Superman went bad? Because, yeah, it would be... it would be kind of an interesting story, but then it's like, now I just think that's been done too much. Now I just want to see Superman just be a good guy. Why haven't we get more, like, I'm gonna go back to the video game thing. It's insane to me. Spider-Man's getting another game. You got fucking, I think they're doing a Wolverine game. They're doing a bunch, and I know this is Marvel, but they're doing a bunch of other characters. They're getting a Suicide Squad game before we're getting a Superman game. A Superman game with well-done graphics and all, like, a really well-done campaign and story would do well. And Superman, I think, is another character. Yeah, his villains, I wouldn't say are necessarily on the level of Batman's, but I feel like he has a very underrated rogues gallery. Metallo, Lex Luthor, Brainiac. Brainiac's the one. If you're going to do a video game, that's who you do. He's such a powerful villain of Superman, and plus he has, his ties to Krypton. So it's like you could explore that. And plus, yeah, you have other characters like you could bring in Steel. Supergirl, obviously, but Steel even. Like, there's all these other characters, and it's, like, weird. The Superman is just this untapped character that they don't want to, go into. I don't know if it's the time we're in, because we're in this weird woke timeline right now. So you can't have a character like Superman who's truth, justice, in the American way. I don't know. Do they think that shit's like outdated or something? Because it's just tiresome. Like, when every other character, both Marvel and DC, are getting something, are you kidding me? Like, we got I'm gonna say it again, a Suicide Squad game before we got a good Superman game. And the fact is, that was actually suggested, and they're like, no, we're gonna do Suicide Squad, because we gotta see them for the upteenth time. That's the worst part of it. Like how many Suicide Squad things we have had really even since the first Suicide Squad movie. like we need more Superman stuff. Make him a big deal in the comics again. I don't trust this new Superman movie, but if in a perfect world, do a kick-ass Superman movie. Like you had the perfect guy and you just let him go, but instead you want to do all these bunch of other character movies. Like for some reason, y'all had to decide let's do a Blue Beetle movie before doing another Super. You could have just did another Henry Cavill Superman movie. Have the animated series tone, where I think the animated series tone you could have had that combination of, that Christopher Reeve like tone, but you could have had Snyder's like kind of more comic style tone where Superman is like fighting big deal characters in his. I've been fine with that. If you had like a combined those kind of tones, that's the Superman movie I want. But y'all are just WB so scared because we have to keep doing these same other characters because this lack of appreciation for, my opinion, the hero that started it all. Superman is the hero that started it all, and I just think WB just doesn't realize it anymore. They just see him as just another asset, but not a big asset. I mean, I love Batman, but like the amount of Batman games we're getting or Batman related things we're getting, but they're so scared to touch Superman is insane to me. So I just wanted to talk about that. This is something that's been always bothering me for years. Like, Superman deserves better. He is, if anything, like, I love Batman, but borderline Superman probably should be the face of the company because he's the one who started it. Superman came first. He's the prototype for a lot of superheroes that would come later on, or even in, like, cartoons, where even within that world, a lot of the superheroes you pretty much are reminiscent of Superman. Even in something like Dexter's Laboratory, which he's kind of a mix, yeah, because Major Glory is basically Captain America, too. But if we're going to be real, he's more like Superman. He has laser eyes, he has the red cape. He even does, like, the signature pose. It's like, this lack of attention to Superman, it bothers me when, like, he's the prototype for a lot of characters. I mean, even to the point, I love, I've said it again, the Reeves Superman film, if that didn't go well, do you think we would have gotten any even Batman 89 or fucking the Marvel films or the Toby, I said it in my Toby Spider-Man review. Those movies, you could tell, were very inspired by Christopher Reeve's Superman. We wouldn't have probably had the rainy Spider-Man film in that way if it wasn't for the original Superman movie. So this WB needs to just understand Superman is a vital character. Treat him like one. Make a video game. Make new comics. Make a kick-ass Superman movie. Make him a big deal again. Because he deserves it. And it's just sad to see, I would say really, I think Man of Steel was like the last time I felt like Superman was really an important character. I think that was like the last time. Now I just think he's just another character. Like Batman's like probably their only character really they have right now that's important. That at least still feels important. And even with him, they're ruining him in some ways. So, anyway, guys, I just wanted to make this video really quick. Later tonight, I will be doing my Punisher review. So, yeah, we'll be squeezing another video. That's what she said. So, I'll do that later. Tomorrow, I'm going to be reviewing the first Insidious. So, that's what I got going on. Make Superman great again. That's what I titled this video. Peace.